Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the School of Education graduation ceremony. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please take a moment to locate the exit nearest to you. A reminder that mobile phones and devices should be silenced during the ceremony. We kindly ask that you not interfere with the graduation procession. A professional photography company will take individual photographs of graduates processing across the stage, which will be available for purchase in the coming weeks. Thank you, and congratulations to Drexel's graduating class of 2017. Please remain standing for the invocation, which will be given by Reverend Diana Esposito, Deacon, Open Door Christian Community.
Greetings, faculty, professional staff, guests, family, and of course the graduating class of 2017. Grace to you and peace on this day of celebrating your accomplishments. I offer today's invocation in recognition of the many paths through which our students, faculty, staff, and guests find meaning in life. Whether we find this to be in the mystery of God, in the beauty of nature, in the elegance of science or art, in the acts of service to or seeking justice for all people, or in the critical and transformative inquiry at the heart of our educational enterprise, I invite you to open your hearts with me this day. We seek the sacred in this place as we reflect on the accomplishments and achievements of the graduating class of 2017. We are grateful for the education each of these students have received and the families, friends, and faculty and staff who have supported them each step of the way. Be present in this space in the wisdom shared from honored guests and speakers. Be present in this space as we recognize each member of the class of 2017, and be present in this space as they move from student to graduate. May each of us see this day as not only the completion of one chapter, but experience today with the hope, joy, and gratitude of your sacredness as we discern this transition to the next chapter. May each student here experience the invitation to go forth into the world as inspired thinkers, pursuing positive change, prepared to serve as strong leaders and creative problem solvers in their communities and around the world. May each of you graduates strive to use the gift of education and the sacred blessings you have received for the benefit of all through compassion and justice as you discover your place within this world. In this time of commencement, may we find both celebration and challenge, and in that tension, may we once again encounter the mystery of the holy. Amen and blessed be.
Welcome, and please be seated. Please welcome John Fry, President of Drexel University.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my great pleasure to welcome you to this commencement ceremony for the Drexel University School of Education. I am so pleased and so honored to be the first to say congratulations to the great class of 2017. We are incredibly proud of your many accomplishments and wish you the best of success as Drexel alumni. So this is a day of great promise. You, our graduates, are on the threshold of what I am sure will be remarkable and rewarding careers in a field that is greatly in need of fresh and innovative leadership. Here to celebrate with you, we have many of those who supported and nurtured you along the way on your challenging educational journey. Among them, the devoted faculty and professional staff members who are deeply committed to your success. And of course, we are joined by family, friends, and many others who have formed your greatest support network. So to our graduates and also to your parents and family and friends, and to the faculty and professional staff who have taught and advised you, I offer my deep congratulations. The world is a richer place today because of your efforts, with more capacity for knowledge, for innovation, and for service to others. And that is what we celebrate at Commencement. I also want to extend a warm greeting to our commencement speaker, the Secretary of Education for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Pedro Rivera. It is an incredible honor to have Pedro join us. From his earliest days as a classroom teacher in the Philadelphia Public Schools, Secretary Rivera has always insisted that his students aim high while he did the same thing. From the classroom, Secretary Rivera went to the principal's office and then on to the ranks of senior administration in the School District of Philadelphia. In 2008, Secretary Rivera was tapped to become the superintendent of the School District of Lancaster, where he implemented reforms that resulted in increased graduation rates, gains in math, science, and writing scores, and more students preparing for college and other postgraduate studies. He's a great believer in community schools and in the power of partnerships, and now he is implementing his vision on a statewide basis. We look forward to hearing his insights today. Welcome, Pedro. So let me close by saying to our graduates that the world really needs you. Our long-term health and prosperity as a society depends on how you use the education that you've worked so hard to acquire. So if I could offer a modest piece of advice to you, it is to think about your career not in terms of decisions about what next job you might have, but in terms of the really big, important problems that you instead might be able to solve and the significant challenges that you can lean into and help meet. If you follow your heart on those questions, then your career moves will take care of themselves. I also want to make a request that you please stay connected with your alma mater. The bonds that you've formed as a Drexel student can be lifelong, and our Alumni Association, 150,000 members strong, can help you maintain and facilitate those important relationships. So I look forward to hearing about your future successes in scholarship, in the professions, in teaching, and especially in service to others. I'm so proud to share this day with you and with your families. So thank you and congratulations, and it's my pleasure now to introduce your Dean, Nancy Songer.
Thank you, President Fry. We're so glad that you could attend our ceremony and be with us here today. We also welcome Associate Vice Provost Michael Marion, Executive Director of the Drexel University Sacramento programs. Good afternoon. I am Nancy Songer, the Dean of the School of Education, and it's my distinct pleasure to welcome all of you to the School of Education Commencement Celebration as part of Drexel University's 130th Commencement ceremonies. On behalf of the School of Education colleagues, I am pleased and honored to be the first to say congratulations to the class of 2017. Thank you for the privilege to get to know you, to work with you, to mentor you, train you, and learn from you. And now we wish you the best in your next journey, wherever that may lead you. We are all very proud of your accomplishments, and we wish you the best of your success as Drexel alumni. I'd also like to welcome the students and families of our current students who are being recognized with an award this morning. We are all very proud of you. In addition, a warm welcome is extended to our commencement speaker, Pedro Rivera, the Pennsylvania Secretary of Education. I'm also pleased that the members of the Drexel University's faculty and administration are assembled with the students whom they have taught, mentored, and recommended for academic degrees here on the podium behind me. We will now hear from selected representatives of the class of 2017 who applied and were selected by the School of Education faculty and staff to briefly welcome you. It's my pleasure to introduce School of Education undergraduate Allison Law. Allison is an honors student and a BS/MS student who will receive her Bachelor of Science degree in teacher education, this is kind of long, with a minor in biological sciences, as well as her Master's of Science degree in higher education. Allison will now address us all on behalf of the undergraduate class of 2017.
Good evening. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to Drexel University's School of Education commencement ceremony. My name is Allison Law, and I am proud to represent this year's extraordinary undergraduate class of 2017. On behalf of my peers and myself, I would like to take a moment to thank friends, families, and loved ones gathered with us here today. We are incredibly privileged to celebrate such a special milestone and triumphant juncture in our lives with you, and would not have made it here without your endless support. I would also like to thank Dean Songer, administration, faculty, and staff for their tremendous effort throughout our time at Drexel. From designating time in their busy schedules for individual meetings, to providing diverse opportunities for our co-ops and observations, they have given us the guidance and resources needed to achieve our dreams. Drexel School of Education has transformed us from naive freshmen who were eagerly but following our hearts to graduating seniors who were instilled the skills and knowledge to act on that unwavering passion. I am honored and proud to be graduating among the class of 2017 because I have never met a class of more compassionate and open-hearted individuals. In my time at Drexel, I've learned that science, math, and humanities courses could never compare to education courses. Yes, the excitement of learning pedagogy was one factor, but above all else, it was the ambiance of the classroom, a positive classroom climate, or as educators and our beloved Charlotte Danielson would say, successful implementation of Domain 2A, creating an environment of respect and rapport, and Domain 2B, establishing a culture for learning. There were no other courses where I felt more comfortable speaking up, taking risks, making mistakes, and most importantly, learning from those mistakes without fear of judgment. I could count on my education professors to not only know my name, but also know me as an individual, tracking and aiding my professional growth from year to year. From my peers, I could depend far more than on friendly greetings during class. We exemplified strong collaboration by exchanging advice and sharing experiences from fieldwork, ultimately helping each other become better future educators. This is where I truly learned the value of diversity and inclusion, where every individual has a unique perspective that enhances the group as a whole. This small community of learners is exactly how we picture our future classrooms to be, and is what makes my time at Drexel so special. To have been a member of this living, breathing model of our vision was such a rare opportunity, and we are incredibly fortunate to have shared these experiences with one another. I have such great confidence in the future of my peers sitting before you today as they are bound for greatness. Class of 2017, I wish you all luck and thank you for this unforgettable four-year journey. Congratulations and welcome to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Allison. We will now hear from Carrie Daly, who will receive her Master's of Science degree in Teaching, Learning, and Curriculum with a concentration in Advanced Teaching and Curriculum. Carrie will address us on behalf of the graduate class of 2017.
Good evening. On behalf of the graduate students of the class of 2017, I would like to welcome faculty, staff, family, and friends to Drexel University's School of Education commencement ceremony. It is with many hours of hard work and dedication that we meet here this evening to celebrate our accomplishments. If you are wondering to yourself right now, who is this and why is she speaking? Well, so am I. I can't exactly answer the why for this speech, but why is an excellent question that applies almost anytime, anywhere, and any situation. Why graduate school? Why Drexel? Why education? When you can answer your why, you are ready. As a daughter, wife, mother, and social studies teacher, sorry, I wasn't sure I would reach this moment. Balancing a full-time job, a busy family, and graduate courses made this journey challenging, but ultimately worthwhile. I am sure that many of my fellow graduates feel the same and share similar experiences. As graduates, we wouldn't have made it to this point without the love, support, and encouragement from our family and friends. It is with tremendous honor that we thank all of the people that supported us with their devotion and commitment during our time at Drexel. We are happy to have you here to celebrate with us. Although for many of us this may feel like an ending, it should be a beginning. As educators, we never stop learning. We graduate here today with our new degree, but that doesn't stop us from learning. We will take what we have learned and continue on our journey. Best of luck to all of today's graduates. Strive to continue to learn something new every day and always answer your why.
Thank you, Carrie. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. We are incredibly honored to have Pedro Rivera, the Secretary of Education for the state of Pennsylvania, joining us today. Mr. Rivera is a proud Philadelphian, born and raised just a few miles from here in North Philadelphia. At an early age, Mr. Rivera understood the value of education and the boundless possibilities it can provide. Mr. Rivera was the first in his family to graduate from college when he earned his bachelor's degree from Penn State University, his master's degree in education from Cheyney University, and his superintendent's letter of eligibility from Arcadia University. Mr. Rivera began his career as a teacher, as we heard earlier, for the School District of Philadelphia. His career took him from the classroom to the principal's office, where he worked as the principal, before later becoming an executive director for the district. In 2008, Mr. Rivera left the city of brotherly love for another Pennsylvania city, where he was named superintendent of the Lancaster School District. Under his leadership, the district made several notable reforms, including a new curriculum, an aggressive professional development plan for teachers, and innovative teacher observation tools that led to tremendous improvements in learning and achievement by students. In 2014, his hard work was recognized by the White House when Mr. Rivera was honored as a champion of change for his efforts to transform urban education. He was one of only 10 people in the nation to receive this honor. Let's give him a round of applause. So as we can see, he spent his entire career helping students, and now he's working to improve education statewide as Pennsylvania's Secretary of Education. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Rivera to the podium.
Good evening. Am I in a room of future educators? We're going to have to try that again. And family. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. First, I'd like to thank President Fry, Dean Songer, faculty, staff for inviting me here today. I also want to thank the students and their families for allowing me to share in this special occasion with those of you here today and those of you joining us online to celebrate you and your accomplishment. For me, I have to share, I always take a step back because it's humbling to experience an opportunity like this and to be actively engaged with you all in celebration. First, you get to celebrate all of your hard work, but as importantly, you get to celebrate with those around you, family, community members, faculty, staff, those who helped champion your cause, those who helped push you to success, those that reminded you the many hours of sacrifice would be worth it. So why don't we take a moment and offer them an enthusiastic round of applause. Thank you, family. Most importantly, today I get to celebrate the end of this chapter of educating yourself, and only this chapter because you will continue to educate yourselves in your future of education and take on the formal role of educating others. And if you're not already doing so, soon you'll become a member of the occupation that creates all other occupations. The mission that creates all other missions. The world that is responsible for planting the seed for all other worlds. It's pretty heavy when you think about it. And it should be, because the role of educator is an immense responsibility. Over the past 20 years, I've had the opportunity to serve some of the most amazing students, some amazing families, and extraordinary communities. But as I stand here today, I can't help but think about my first day in the classroom teaching 7th and 8th grade students. Room 212. I stood outside that room and shook every student's hand. And some looked enthusiastic, some looked skeptical, some looked tired and bored already. Remember I said they were middle schoolers. But all walked in to that classroom preparing to be taught and expecting to learn. I took a deep breath because it's a nerve-wracking experience and remembered advice that my mentor shared with me. Don't treat your students like student numbers or a name on a piece of paper. Take the time to get to know them. Know who they really are. Know where they come from and know what they care about. So each and every day at that doorway, at their desk, in the schoolyard, at recess, before and after school, I took the time to get to know my kids. And I'm proud to say I not only survived my first year, which is what I was shooting for on day one, but I thrived that first year. And I think my students were better for it. And even more importantly, year 2, I came back for more. I then transferred to high school. And it felt like I started all over again. But I kind of built off of those strategies. At the high school, I stood outside the classroom. I shook every student's hand. I really took the time to get to know them. And an interesting experience made me think more deeply about our role of educator. I remember pulling a student aside and asking why he missed 3 days of my class. And I pulled him into the office and expected all kinds of excuses. I expected for him to change the subject. I expected, the strategies that we learn to look for as educators. Instead, he looked at me and he asked, "Why do you care?" And I looked at him and I said, "Why do I care?" I looked at him and I said, "Why do I care?" I must have said it 5 times, part because I was shocked, second because I was hurt, and probably most importantly, I didn't know what to say. But I remember coming up with the excuse, the reason why I cared. And I shared with him, I grew up right in the same neighborhood where you grew up in. That's why I care. I want for you to be successful. And he shared with me that he only had $5. And he had to make a decision whether he was going to buy a pack of tokens to come to school or he was going to do his and his little sister's laundry. I was speechless. But I made a deal with him. I told him, if you come to class most days and you stay actively engaged, I'll bring detergent and you can use the washer and dryer in the basement of the high school. And he came to school. I remember each day as I stood outside the classroom and I shook everyone's hand and I welcomed them and I asked how their weekend was. About a week later, he not only walked over and shook my hand, but he brought it in, give me a bro hug. So if you don't know what that is, it's when two men kind of give a side pat on the back so you don't get a little too close, but you enjoy a handshake and a hug at the same time. At that moment, our relationship changed. He saw me differently. I felt him differently. But not only our relationship, I realized as the rest of the class saw us engage in that moment, we were different. We had grown together. We had become one. And by the end of that second year, there were 4 students doing laundry in the basement each week and taking clothes home to be prepared for the next school week. So I learned, that important lesson. Not only did I need to know my students, know what was important to them, know where they came from, know their families, but I had to genuinely take the time to care. Because no 2 students are alike. No 2 needs are alike. And if we're going to educate our children, we must focus on the whole child. Getting to know your students is the first way you show you care. And don't feel sorry for them. Set high expectations. Because I didn't just wash his clothes, which would have been easy. I took the time to wash clothes with him. But only if he showed up to class, actively engaged, and tried his best. As I transitioned from classroom teacher to staff representative and administration, the lessons I learned from my kids continued to inform my practice each day as a leader. I knew that as a leader, we had to know our team. We had to take our teachers and our paraprofessionals and our staff away from just being names on a sheet of paper to members that are going to enrich your leadership experience and best inform, engage, and educate your kids. And in order to do that, I learned that I needed to remind myself each and every day why I chose to serve as an educator. So as you sit there today, think to yourself, ask yourself, and answer the question, why do I want to teach? Why do I want to be an educator? And that reason, what you share today, should serve and will serve as your North Star to drive you, your students, and your team to success each and every day. Because only by knowing why we educate can we truly educate the whole child. Lastly, as superintendent and as secretary, I'm reminded of the need to continuously have a positive attitude, to be enthusiastic, to be passionate, celebrate success, and remind yourself to smile. Educators are humble. We don't always tout our successes. We don't always take the time to share how we've changed the lives of kids each and every day. However, what we do know through your practice is that sharing success isn't showing off. Sharing success isn't, losing that feeling of humbleness. Sharing success is establishing best practice so that your colleagues, your peers, your friends in education can steal that best practice and make it theirs. We have a word for that too. It's called differentiation. So when you do great things in your classroom, know that me as a principal, as a superintendent, and as secretary, I share your story with other educators so that they can improve their practice in the hopes of establishing a better learning environment, a better classroom, and better communities. Know that as you go out and share your success, you're not only speaking about yourself, you're speaking about every educator in the Commonwealth. Educators that serve 1.74 million students. Educators that ensure tomorrow's future is bright and our kids are driving that path forward. And remember, after today, you will spend each and every day improving lives, transforming communities, and making your mark on this world, one kid at a time. Graduates, I look forward to seeing you as educators, and know as we appreciate your hard work today, I'm much more appreciative of the hard work you're going to engage in tomorrow. Thank you.
On behalf of everyone at Drexel University and the School of Education, thank you so much for your thoughtful remarks. Each year, the School of Education recognizes our students' outstanding academic achievements and scholarship over the academic year. I'd like to introduce David Appleton, Program Manager and Advisor for the School of Education's undergraduate campus programs. David, please open our School of Education's Honors Awards recognition ceremony.
Thank you very much, Dean Songer. Good evening. My name is David Appleton, and I'm the undergraduate program manager for the School of Education. And on behalf of all the program managers in the School of Education, I would just like to start off by congratulating the class of 2017. In your programs, you will find a description of the university-wide awards to be bestowed upon our very deserving student body in the handout provided with your program. The following are stage-honored awards. When your name is called, you are requested to come onto the stage to receive your token certificate of merit and acknowledgement from this assembly. Various members of the School of Education faculty will be called upon to read each citation and an award certificate. However, as in most things, there are exceptions to every rule, and so therefore I call upon myself to present the first award, as it has special meaning for me. The first award is the Erica Halperin Teacher Leadership Award, which will be presented today to Ian Hammond. Ian, would you please join me on stage? Erica Halperin was a sophomore, double majoring in psychology and teacher education when she tragically passed in the fall of 2011. As a tribute to her life, her parents, David and Jackie Halperin, established the Erica Halperin Teacher Leadership Award. This monetary award is provided annually to a deserving teacher education candidate who emulates the wonderful attributes Erica exhibited as a student in the areas of education and community service. We are joined this evening by Dr. Halperin. Dr. Halperin, would you please join me on the stage to assist with presenting this award? Thanks, David. As one of my advisees, I knew Erica well. She was a young woman who saw injustice in the world and took steps that she believed would make a difference. She knew that through action, she could make the world a better place. Erica was a chronic volunteer, serving multiple service organizations, was learning sign language to better communicate with disenfranchised individuals, and was taking a heavier than most course load to earn special education certification conjointly with her elementary education and psychology degrees. This year's recipient of the Erica Halperin Teacher Leadership Award, Ian Hammond, meets this high bar that Erica set in terms of leadership, volunteerism, and professional and academic achievement. Ian is an active, high-achieving senior in the School of Education's 5-year BSMS program. His bachelor's degree will be in teacher education with a dual certification in social studies and special education. His master's degree will be in special education with a concentration in special education law. It is with great pleasure that Ian is hereby awarded the Erica Halperin Teacher Leadership Award. Thank you very much. And now I invite Dr. Sarah Ulrich, Associate Clinical Professor and Associate Dean for Teacher Education, to the podium to present the next award. Dr. Ulrich.
Good evening. It is my great pleasure to invite Heather Tanner to the stage in order to present her with the Virginia C. Miller Scholarship. The scholarship was established by Mrs. Miller to recognize the high academic achievements of a School of Education undergraduate student based on academic merit and financial need. Heather Tanner is a junior in the School of Education. To date, Heather has achieved a high level of academic performance in the teacher education program and continues to work her way toward the Bachelor of Science degree in teacher education with secondary physics teacher certification and a minor in mathematics. Heather has demonstrated that she is a most deserving recipient of this award. The Virginia C. Miller Scholarship is hereby presented to Heather Tanner. Congratulations. Dr. Janet Sloan, Associate Clinical Professor and Program Director for Special Education Programs, would you please come forward to present the next award?
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I will be presenting the two Michelle Miller Excellence in Special Education Awards. Yendri Longoria, will you please come and join me on the stage? The Michelle Miller in Special Education Awards are presented to a School of Education undergraduate and a graduate student who have demonstrated excellence in service, practice, and/or leadership in the field of special education. This prestigious memorial award is given in honor of our dear friend, colleague, mentor, and teacher, Dr. Michelle Miller, who passed away unexpectedly 2 years ago. It is given to an undergraduate and a graduate student who have demonstrated that they are on track in following Michelle's strong commitment and legacy of action, service, and leadership within the field of special education. We are very pleased that Michelle's husband, Steve O'Neill, their son, Cade, and other members of Michelle's family are able to attend tonight and help us celebrate and remember Michelle's life and her legacy. Our first Michelle Miller Award in Excellence in Special Education goes to Yendri Longoria, an undergraduate elementary education major graduating with both a pre-kindergarten through grade 4 and a special education teacher certificate. Yendri is an excellent student, a compassionate and reflective pre-service teacher, and an active and very valuable member of the Drexel Student Council for Exceptional Students, better known as DSCEC. Yendri served as Vice President of DSCEC for the past 2 years. She has flourished in this role, presenting at both state and national CEC conferences. She represented Drexel in the CEC Pioneer Mentorship Program, and she's assisted with DEC's on-campus and online professional development events, to just name a few of her many accomplishments. Yendri, we present to you the Michelle Miller in Special Education Award. She's very deserving. Our second Michelle Miller Excellence in Special Education Award goes to Rachel Nelson. Rachel is a graduate student who will be awarded her Master's of Science degree in special education. Unfortunately, Rachel could not be with us this evening, but we are certainly hoping that she's watching and enjoying the recognition online. Rachel, again, is an excellent example of a dedicated special education student. Her work is excellent and demonstrates a solid understanding of special education law, how to truly differentiate instruction for students, and how to use data to drive the instructional process. She is well respected by faculty and by her peers. She is completing her special education graduate degree with a multisensory reading concentration. Yendri and Rachel, we know that you both will embrace Dr. Miller's legacy and will continue her work in improving outcomes for all students, especially our students with disabilities. I now invite Dr. Ayana Allen Handy, Assistant Professor in the School of Education, to come forward to present the next award.
Good evening. This year's School of Education's Outstanding Civic Engagement Award is presented to a graduate student with an exemplary record of participation and leadership in civic engagement and community service. This year's Outstanding Civic Engagement Award winner in the School of Education is Leona Donaldson. Unfortunately, Leona is unable to join us this evening. Leona is a first-year student in the School of Education's Educational Leadership Development and Learning Technologies PhD program. She is being recognized for her commitment to civic mission in her work and her efforts with the Dornsife Center for Neighborhood Partnerships, Women's Campaign International, the Promise Zone, and the Japanese American Society of Greater Philadelphia. This is an extraordinary accomplishment in her first year as a PhD student. I am also delighted to announce that Leona, in a separate ceremony, was awarded the university-wide Outstanding Civic Engagement Award. Congratulations, Leona. I'd like to ask that Dr. Christy Kelly, Assistant Clinical Professor, please come forward to present the next award, and would Molly Gambone please come onto the stage.
It is a pleasure to present the Outstanding Dissertation Award to Molly Gambone. This award is presented to a doctoral student who has written an original, innovative dissertation reflecting great research, which is likely to be disseminated widely and make a significant impact on the education field as well as in society. Molly is graduating this year with her PhD in Educational Leadership Development and Learning Technologies. Her dissertation is titled Trusted to Teach, an ethnographic account of artisanal teachers in a progressive high school. In her pioneering ethnography of an urban progressive education high school, she deftly demonstrates the possibilities and challenges that teachers overcome to create trust and community. They do so in ways that engage all learners, no matter intellectual, emotional, or physical needs. Like craftsmen, she argues, teachers work with each student, recognizing their particular talents or needs to fine-tune a learning environment so that the students thrive, and thus so does the school community. Her study makes important contributions to education theory, policy, and practice. Congratulations, Molly. I ask that Dr. Sheila Vaidya, professor in the School of Education, please come forward to present the next award.
Good evening. I'd like to ask Elaine Perignet to come up on the stage. The Anne Marie Whale Award is named to commemorate Dr. Anne Marie, who completed her doctoral dissertation in 2001. Dr. Whale's dissertation title was The Best of Times, an autoethnography of a cerebral vascular accident. Anne's dissertation chair was Dr. Frederica Reisman, professor in the School of Education. Anne persevered in successfully writing and defending her dissertation with herself as the subject of her groundbreaking study following her stroke. This award is funded by former doctoral student Dr. Haley Edelman, a friend of Anne's, and Dr. Edelman's brother, David Edelman. Dr. Edelman earned her doctorate through the School of Education's PhD program in Educational Leadership and Learning Technologies. The Anne Marie Whale Award is given to a doctoral student who is close to the dissertation writing stage and whose research agenda recognizes the value of collaborative work, creative expression, and community engagement. This year's award goes to Elaine Perignette, a School of Education PhD student in Educational Leadership and Learning Technologies. I'm very happy to present this award to you, and congratulations.
The final set of awards for this evening are the School of Education's Capstone Experience Awards. These awards are bestowed upon students who are graduating or who graduated earlier this year in recognition of their outstanding capstone project as part of their master's degree. The Capstone Awards are provided to BSMS or graduate students in the School of Education who have exhibited exemplary performance during their co-op or field placement experiences. As the following students, Chad Miller and Janelle Oberholster, kindly make their way to the stage at this time, I request that Kathleen Provenzano, Assistant Professor and Program Director of the Educational Administration Program, come forward to present the first of 4 Capstone Awards.
Good evening and thank you. The School of Education would like to recognize Chad Miller, who is receiving his MS degree today with his K-12 Principal Certification for the Capstone Experience Award for the Educational Administration Program. Chad's capstone project was entitled The Pennsylvania School Performance Profile and Advanced Placement, One District Story of Enrollment and Scores. Congratulations, Chad, on a job well done. I'd now like Professor Bruce Levine, Assistant Clinical Professor and Program Director for Educational Policy and Global and International Studies, to please come and announce the next Capstone Award.
Unfortunately, the next award recipient, Chad Buckwalter, an online graduate student who earned his MS degree in Global and International Education in December 2016, is not able to be with us tonight. He is the recipient of the Capstone Experience Award, Global and International Studies, for his outstanding project titled Path to U.S. Higher Education, a study of Chinese students at Indiana University in Pennsylvania. We congratulate Chad, who we hope is watching this streamed event online.
Greetings. The School of Education would like to recognize another most deserving graduate student with the Capstone Award in Higher Education. Janelle Oberholzer entered the MS degree in Higher Education program in 2014, a year or so after finishing her Bachelor of Science degree from Drexel in Psychology in 2012. Janelle completed her Higher Education MS program at the end of the winter quarter with concentrations in both Higher Education Administration and Leadership and in enrollment management. Her exemplary capstone project was entitled A Programmatic Assessment of Susquehanna University's Global Opportunities Program in Fostering Intercultural Awareness, Sensitivity, and Diplomacy. Congratulations, Janelle. Dr. Arudis Foster, Associate Professor, please step forward to present the final capstone award.
Good evening. I have the pleasure to announce the Capstone Experience Award for Learning Technologies to Ellis Straley, who just completed her Master of Science degree requirements for the Learning Technologies program. Ellis Straley is regrettably not with us today. Her capstone project was titled Determining Interactive On-Demand Learning Preferences in a Technology Workplace. Congratulations, Ellis. Congratulations again to our School of Education Capstone Award recipients.
The following set of recognitions are for the School of Education's graduating students based on their academic achievements. We ask that when your name is called, that you stand and be recognized. The Assembly is asked to hold their applause until all students in each category are standing. Dr. Vera Lee, Associate Clinical Professor in Education, will now step forward to announce the first set of students to be recognized. Dr. Lee.
Hi, good evening, graduates. It is my great pleasure to recognize graduation candidates from the School of Education's undergraduate program from both the campus-based program and the online degree completion program, who achieved the highest cumulative grade point average, or GPA, within the school. Would the following undergraduates please stand and remain standing so that we may acknowledge your accomplishment? From the Bachelor of Science online program, Tara Raymond. And from the Bachelor of Science campus-based program, Allison Law and Kristen Puglisi. Congratulations to all of you.
Would Dr. Rebecca Clothy, Associate Professor, please step forward and announce the undergraduate School of Education students to be recognized for achieving summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude status?
Undergraduate students who graduate with an overall GPA of 3.5 to 3.699 receive the designation of cum laude on their transcript. I'm very pleased to share the following listing of undergraduate students who will receive this academic honor. Graduates, please stand and remain standing when your name is called so that the Assembly may recognize your achievement. Samuel Craig, Summer O'Donnell, Malika Ramsu. Congratulations. Undergraduate students who graduate with an overall GPA of 3.7 to 3.899 receive the designation of magna cum laude on their transcript. The following list of undergraduate students will receive this academic honor. Graduates, please stand and remain standing when your name is called so that the Assembly may recognize your achievement. Si Guo, Bryn Feldman, Lynette Lance, Catherine Sia, Carolyn Shutsky, and Grace Thompson. Congratulations. Undergraduate students who graduate with an overall GPA of 3.9 to 4.0 have earned the designation of summa cum laude on their final transcript. The following undergraduate students will receive this academic honor. Graduates, please stand and remain standing when your name is called so that the Assembly may recognize your achievement. Hannah Kessner, Allison Law, Abida Perveen, Christine Puglisi, and Tara Raymond. Congratulations. Lastly, I would like to acknowledge our outstanding graduate students who will be receiving their MS degrees. Of the 211 students who are obtaining their MS degree this year, Approximately 34% of them achieved a perfect 4.0 GPA in the 45 and up credits that comprise the degree. You know who you are. Graduate students with a 4.0 GPA, please stand and be acknowledged. Congratulations.
Congratulations again to all our School of Education Award recipients. And I now return the podium to Dean Songer.
It is the time for our graduates and their families for all to be, I'm so sorry. It's the moment for everyone to be recognized individually. I apologize for that. In a moment, each graduate will be invited to walk across the stage to be individually honored. We ask that family and friends please remain in their seats. After crossing the stage, the candidate will shake my hand, at which time a professional photographer will take your photo, which will be made available to you at a later date. Assistant Professor Dr. Ayanna Allen Handy, an Associate Clinical Professor and Associate Dean of Teacher Education and Academic Affairs, Dr. Sarah Ulrich, will assist me in distributing a token scroll as a memento of this occasion. Upon exiting the stage, each graduate will also receive a School of Education portfolio that recognizes your accomplishments. Professor and Associate Dean for Graduate Studies Penny Hamrich, assisted by Associate Clinical Professor and Department Chair for Educational Policy and Organizational Leadership Programs, please step forward to read the names of the School of Education doctoral candidates. Marshals, please escort the doctoral graduates to the stage to receive their hoods. Supervising professors, please join your students at the appropriate time.
Nancy McDonald, Dana Durhan, Christy Marie Cooper, Colleen Patricia Bailey, Marone Brown, Crystal Corwin, Ronald Joseph Maglia, Mark Covell, Kathy Dufek, Leah Catherine Ryder, Nicole Paris Henderson, Marcela Danielle Gonsalves, Naomi Bowen. Judith Higgins. Manuel Goyite. Matthew Duval. Christine Lynn Horton. Stephanie Hawthorne. Congratulations. Helene Maliko Abraham. Laura McCusker. Elizabeth Lynn. Anthony Womack. Catherine Rizzulli. Stacy Porter. Linda Gaines. Jennifer Swedler. Okay. Robin Joppy. Marguerite Vitale Lee. Carol Ann Stanford. Victor Soman. Melinda Kelly Johnson. Curry Lynn Sautner. They are, because you're going to go. Okay. Come right to me. Okay, go. Go. Let's go. Kathy, let's go. Charles Edward Stewart. Marianne Communal. Pia Lachey Scott. Felicia Osh, Nicole Harvey, Michael Trod, Marguerite Kennedy Vasconcelos, Scott E. Van Voren, thank you, Sharonda Nicole Farish, Anthony Vincent Montranja, Vincent Day, Kim Ann Rank, I'm the last. Lauren Pitts, Alicia Marie Drillick, Nicole Julian Hall, Carrie Manifold, Dana Engelstrom, Dimitrios Papadopoulos. Okay, now it's you.
Melinda O'Malia, Tara Moore Lando Zerlo, Terrence Damon Daniels, Molly Ann Gambone, Seth Jacobson, Michael Weir.
Congratulations to all our doctorate degree recipients. Would Assistant Clinical Professor Dr. Marie Jean Teke DiCarlo and Assistant Clinical Professor and Program Director of Educational Policy and Global and International Education Programs, Bruce Levine, please step forward to read the names of the school's Masters of Science degree candidates. Marshals, please Please escort the master's degree candidates to the stage to be individually recognized.
Thank you for taking this. I had no idea what I was going to do. There we go. I'll do the same for Mary Jo. I got it. That's your, yep, you're good. Kristen Noel Leslie. Sandra Quintero. Tracy Ann James. Danielle Boardley. Jennifer Lynn Trotter. Emily Arnold. Jennifer Keith. Jennifer Elliott. Julia Rasamny. Justine Beachley. John Davis. Abby Nacy. Carrie Daly. Catherine McCown Gray. Ashley Christian. Michelle Dembo. Alexis Riff. Grace Tadifa Piñañe. Catherine Simone Bird. Catherine Gianascoli. Heather Lynn Gianascoli. Kelly Sheard. Christina Burgess. Alexandra Newman. Joseph Blue. Jimmy Frederick. Rochelle Kilby. Janelle Oberholzer. Yasini Maria Condenas. Dominique Daniels. Shanice Warfield. Lauren Gardner. Jennifer Wilson. Marie Field. Michelle Drager. Serena Rowley. John Cahoon. Sherry Gans. Stephanie Joy Rianne Nailing. Tanisha Harrison. Grace Paulina Sherry. Caitlin Lars. Shamika Ford. Janet Darlene Paredes. Rebecca Agar. Helene Beth Engel. Tiara Reed. Jordan John. Ellie Crofton. Harbinder Johal. Ronise Johnson. Venus Ennis Calloway. Mary Henningsen. Kathy Hill. Mary Elizabeth Stickney. Alexandra C.A. Emily Bell. Sagira Wheeler. Chad A. Miller. Ruth Kelly Gross. Stephen Byzantine. Rachel Vesey. Munira Kiraj. Christopher Johnson. Allison Dotz. Alicia Nichols. Bristy Foy. Joanna Johns. Brooke Shete. Katerina Vandenberg. Maureen Ebner. Joanna Jenkins. Allison Schaefer. Megan Soltis. Sandra Bukowski. Congratulations to all our master's degree recipients. Marshals, please escort the graduates receiving both a bachelor's and a master's degree to the stage to be individually recognized. These are my kids. I took all these kids. Bryn Feldman. Yendri Longoria. Christopher Mateo. Sui Go. Allison Law. Would Associate Clinical Professor Dr. Mary Jo Gradino please step forward to read the names of the school's Bachelor of Science degree candidates? Marshals, please escort the bachelor's degree candidates to the stage to be individually recognized.
Malika Ramsu. Samuel Craig. Carolyn Schutzke. Kristen Nicole Pugliese. Justin Berenson. Rachel Abernathy. Catherine Sia. Vanessa Lightfoot. Going too fast? Eva Winarski. Hannah Kessner. Andrew Butrin. Grace Thompson. Timothy Rundle. Congratulations to all our bachelor's degree recipients.
As we conclude our ceremony, I'd like to lead one more round of applause for all of our graduates today. In this ceremony, we have paid tribute to the graduating class of 2017. Now it is the graduates' turn to salute those who have helped them along the way. I would like the parents, spouses, partners, children, and loved ones of our graduates to please stand so that they may receive the thanks they so richly deserve. Now I ask the members of the class of 2017 to salute their professors and mentors at Drexel University. Will all the members of the faculty administration please rise? Thank you all for joining us today. We are All there. At this time, we ask the family and friends of our graduates to kindly remain in your seats until the stage party and graduates have recessed. And once again, congratulations to all graduates.